Hi guys, Mark Naven here, and I'm with Jason Ross.
Hey everyone.
Jason, we were talking a little bit before about what you do in supply clusters and procurement, and I just wanted you to share with some of the people out there watching a little bit more about that and explain to us what that actually means.
Yep. Okay. So for me, or the company I work for is Supply Clusters, and it's a Sydney-based company. So I work up here in Queensland, in the region up here. So basically, we work with a bunch of organisations, different sizes, different industries. Can be literally anything, and we work in operational expenses. So we help reduce costs for business in those areas, in the different categories, and basically just increase their profitability. So it's pretty straightforward.
Okay, so I mean, how do you do that? So we're talking, give us an example of you don't have to necessarily mention companies, but give us an example of how you help them save those those costs.
Okay. So every company has a series of expenses. Let's say waste. They might have a couple of sites and they need to reduce their waste costs. So we approach a particular supplier on behalf of the membership. So we're a membership organisation, about 270 members, and we take all of the volume that comes across for those 270, and we approach the supplier with that, and then we negotiate a base contract for all of our membership on that combined volume. So it's unmatched volume because it's UGL or AstraZeneca or a large.
So you're able to negotiate that sort of bulk discount.
Yeah. So we're able to negotiate very specific agreements with bits removed that typically you won't get removed, or volume, kind of leverage that we might.
So
have.
waste is one example. I've heard you talk about sort of stationery for larger companies as well, who maybe focus on something completely different and specialised. And maybe don't want to get into the nitty gritty, or maybe their procurement team, that's just a job that they don't really want to spend the time on doing. So that's where you can come in and help on that too. Yeah,
for sure.
Now, you haven't always been in that industry. You've actually got a different sort of background. So, I mean, just to shed a little bit of light on that, what's that about?
So I'm actually a registered architect. So I've been an architect in Queensland for about 20 years. I've done some work here and Tasmania and a couple other places around the world.
Yep.
Lots of different buildings, residential, commercial, industrial, all manner of stuff. And I still dabble in it. I still do some great stuff.
Yep. Still enjoy it?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'll always do it, which is why I do the other stuff. It just fun's a habit.
Yep.
So that's kind of a side gig, but really passionate about it. Love working with great people.
Well, I mean, that's now that we know a little bit about what you do, I guess for each of the people out there who may be watching this video, how can we, or how can the people out there viewing the video advocate for you or help you grow your business? What are you looking for to grow your business? What's the ideal sort of connection or client or person? Who do you want to meet?
Well, the model works for any business type. So it's really anyone who's in business, particularly business owners. If you can, the ideal client for us is someone maybe about 50 seats, 50 staff, admin staff or office staff and above. We work with 1,000-seat organisations. We've got a couple of people who are just a couple of people, and so it really works across the board. But
so you can work from small businesses up to quite large global
international
corporations.
Yeah,
right. Okay.
So it works across the board. Best contacts for me are CFO, people who are responsible for the fiscal outcomes. So if
the
they're
decision makers.
So if I can get any of those, that's great. CFOs, CEOs, all the normal C-suite guys, or anyone in finance, or even procurement, people who are proactive in procurement, not necessarily just looking to squeeze the red spot specials out. People who proactively want to leverage their time to get rid of it, because we deal with the bits that nobody else wants to deal with, or they don't just simply have the resources to do it. But generally we find when there's...
So you're saving them a bit of time and money too sometimes.
Absolutely. Yeah, we manage contracts through, so we don't just negotiate them. We actually help manage those contracts through. We manage the data, so we've got lots of data back end, and that enables us to provide some information and refine their spend and give them some insights. So they're certainly market driven, and they're doing the best they can to reduce those costs. So.
Fantastic. So to wrap it up, one of my favourite questions, so I'll leave this one to last, is what you got. What's your goal? So it could be for the next 3 months, 6 months. It could be for a year. Or it could be 5 years. But what's your goals related to your business opportunities? that you've got planned?
Architecturally, I'm looking for my next project. My project in Tasmania is kicking off very shortly.
Is there a specific project you're looking for?
Yeah, residential.
Residential?
New house would be ideal, but you know, I love interesting projects with great people. So architecturally, just anything that's exciting.
So if you want an interesting house,
yeah, a great house. Doesn't have to be, you know, bells and whistles, but a better house than you were planning on the first stage. So that's really the game for me.
Yeah. Anything? What about goals with procurement? Any and supply clusters? Any sort of goals and or anything you want to achieve there as well?
Yeah, the next couple of years, I'm looking for some larger corporations to really hone in and dig into some big categories. There's a lot of change happening in waste in the next couple of months, which is going to make some differences to a lot of different companies. But just generally looking for real good partnership organisations, people who are really willing to work with me and allow me to work with them and get some stuff done on their behalf, and they can take all the credit if they need to. I don't need the credit, so that's all good for me.
Very good. All right, well, thanks very much, Jason, for joining us and sharing with us what you do and how we can help you. So that's it, guys, and we'll catch you on the next video.
Catch you later.
See ya.
Thanks, Mark.